Who is natural in 2018?
That, sir, is $1 million question.
Kiss me while we driving. 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 Say kiss me while we driving.
But first, a brief history.
Meet Eddie, 23 years old, fed up with life and the way things are going.
Mike!
Papa,
What is this?
it's protein powder now.
Protein what?
For my school.
For muscle what?
My school, we make big.
Hey!
Papa, let me explain.
Chineke.
Let me explain, please.
What is...
Papa, don't beat that.
Is it drugs?
It's not cocaine. I mean, it's for the mass school.
Cocaine!
Hey,
You're sniffing cocaine!
Hey.
Once again, his conscience comes into play.
What is this now?
Baking soda. I got baking soda.
I'm not playing with you. What do you mean? What is this?
Soda. I got baking soda.
If you don't tell me right now...
Whipping through that glass, nigga.
Whipping through what?
It's creatine. I'm sorry. It's creatine. It's for muscle. Sorry.
Listen to me very carefully. You have to stop working on the natural debate video. Breeds too much negativity.
Steroid accusations on my channel have been ridiculous.
People are always in the comments, are you on steroids? Can I get this big naturally?
SARMs, selective androgen receptor modulators.
SARMs.
Topic is SARMs. So if you
SARMs. It's all over YouTube Fitness right now because people are coming out and saying they've used SARMs.
So the big question is, who is natural in 2018? So Gabriel, in your opinion, who is natural in 2018? Is there a criteria?
You can't really tell, but there's ways that people there's things that people try and use to determine whether someone's natural or not.
Okay.
One of them being the fat-free mass index.
Okay.
FFMI. So it basically takes the fat-free mass of an athlete, divides it by their height, and gives them a number.
Okay.
That number, if it's above 25, then they're not natural.
Okay.
Like immediately they're not natural.
Okay.
Doesn't make sense to me. But the issue that I have with it is the sample size. Sample size wasn't that big. It was about 157 athletes. We don't know a lot of things about these people.
Okay.
We don't know whether they're what their heritage is. We don't have enough details of all of those people to know that it was a fully mixed sample size.
Okay.
So I actually think that if it was done again in this day and age, we'd probably get a different number.
So you're just basically saying that it could be a BBC, and then you could say that he is unnatural, but that his genetic background isn't taken into consideration.
Exactly. Like sometimes you look at some people, and like I'll look at some people's pictures and stuff, and I'll be like, oh, there's no way that he could be natural. Then I look at their dad and their mom, I'm like, yo, like so
Makes sense.
It makes sense now. Like their dad is wham, and then you look at their granddad and he's wham as well. I'm like, all right, cool. I can see that.
Okay, I feel you.
But what do you think?
Something I've seen is strength. I've seen people who typically go under a cycle have an insane amount of strength, or the strength has jumped up in a small space of time.
Yeah.
So someone goes from benching 2 plates to 3 plates to 4 plates in a small frame of time. And it's also said that the amount of strength you has a direct correlation with the amount of muscle gain that you have. So it makes sense. The more weight you're able to put that muscle under, the more weight that it's able to handle. So if you have more muscle, you can handle more weight.
But then the other thing is, so like I agree with that as well.
Okay.
There's factors into that because I think people they'll take that as gospel. And they'll be like, oh, his strength went up, it must be. But then have they ever trained that area properly?
Okay.
Have they actually done like a powerlifting style program?
Okay.
And what are their mechanics like? It's not so black and white. There is like more to it.
Okay. And what do you think about the aesthetics, the look?
Some people, you just look at them and you're just like, yeah, you're taking something. Like, especially when they're like super duper shredded and they're like, because there's, alright, so there's, I put it into 3 categories.
Okay.
There's lean, which a lot of people categorize as shredded, which makes no sense to me. There's lean, there's shredded, and then there's peeled.
Thick skin.
Yeah, peeled, and that's like when they're like grainy, and like you just do that and it sticks for a second and then goes back. And when you see people, they shred down, they keep all of their strength, and they, you know, and they're just massive. That's the indicator, because you can I say you keep your strength during a prep for until like the last 2 weeks. Then you have to be careful, because you have to cruise it out and maybe drop the weight slightly.
So I think those are good indicators of what you're able to see in 2018, but there's more. So who's unnatural in 2018?
Alright, so we got Rich Piana,
Got my boy Brandon Harding,
got Ryan Casey,
and recently my boy Mo Samuels. The first true unnaturals, Rich Piana.
like that's a no-brainer. He had to say something, and then I think he gained a lot of respect by actually doing it, because even at his size, people were still thinking that he could be natural.
He opened up the eyes to a lot of people of how people respect honesty more than anything.
Yeah, I think he was the first big YouTuber, social media influencer to come out and say, and that's how I categorize an influencer.
My boy Brandon Harding.
Yeah.
I feel like, and I texted him the other day, I felt like he started a trend in some sort of way. For the first time, someone within a relatable age group.
Exactly.
Within the 20s to 21s. And typically that's the biggest market within the industry. And a lot of people believed he wasn't doing it. And as his friend, when he told me to do it, it wasn't my place to say. A lot of people believed he was natural. When he came out and he said he wasn't.
It was obvious in terms of the amount of progress that he made in such a short space of time compared to like before.
And then recently following suit, Ryan Casey, but his was also rather unique because it wasn't steroids, it was SARMs.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on that?
It's still steroids, isn't it?
At the end of the day.
Yeah, it is. I mean, just because you call it something else.
Do you think, depending on his physique, would you have thought that he was taking steroids or anything else?
How old is he?
He's 19, 20.
Then yeah, so you can expect to see more progress at a younger age. But when you see like it just goes,
Yeah.
you know, like,
and I think just to end off, do you think more prominent names in the fitness industry should come out?
yeah,
I think a big reason that a lot of athletes, people who have a social media following, are afraid of coming out is due to sponsorship. Now, sponsorship is how most of us eat. That is how you attain your livelihood. So it is a big thing to be able to come out. Do you think sponsors should still sponsor their athletes even when they have admitted to taking a performance-enhancing drug?
see, we talked
That's a
about
tough
this.
one.
Yeah,
It's a tough
it's like it depends. I don't know. Like, cause you need the honesty, but I think sometimes it depends on how the message is delivered. Do you know what I mean? So like, the way that Brandon did it was pretty much spot on. And in every video that I've seen that he does, he says, "I'm not educating you in anything. Don't go out and then say, I'm gonna do this because I want to look like this. I'm doing this for my own personal reasons, and these are my own personal things, but I just thought I would be honest with you so that you don't chase my physique, you know, and cause harm to yourself in the process." That is a respectable way of delivering the message. And in that case, I'd be like, alright, cool. I think if you have that same conversation with the sponsors, then that should be fine. It's when they're just like reckless. Like I see some people, they're like, oh, so if you're in this situation, take this much. If you're in this situation, take this much. What doctor are you? Like that's dangerous.
Playing someone's life.
Yeah, and it's like that then takes you're calling yourself a health and fitness influencer. And you're like, take these drugs. So,
without any guidance.
Yeah, it's mad.
I want to know from you guys. Comment down below if you think that more athletes should come out about their steroid use, and do you think that they should retain their sponsorships or not? I think that if whatever your comments are going to say could potentially change a lot. If people see that the industry is more directed towards, yes, people should come out and they should retain their sponsors, you guys are going to have a larger list of people who you do believe are natural who really aren't. But yeah, we're gonna leave it there, guys. Gabriel Say, one of my favorite channels. We've been mates for how long? 3 years now?
Yeah, man.
First link in the description to check out his channel. Do go watch it. Leave the video a like if you did enjoy it. This was something different, interesting. Subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.
Peace.